folks, it's Handmade by Shirley. Welcome back to my channel. I've come on today to make a nice card with inspiration from Christine Stokes to make a card, an autumn card using Gilding flakes again, and some waxes and some distress oxide inks, and yes, putting stuff together to make a really nice card. So I've got some very vanilla card from Stampin'Up, and the base card measures 4 by 6, and then I've got a slightly smaller matte layer which is 3 3/4 by 5 3/4, and I've got this piece which is for my die cutting. So I've got 3 leaves from I think it's the Gather Together, they're retired Stampin'Up, Gathered Leaves dies from Stampin'Up, but they are retired. And I've got this piece of Kraft Card, which I'm also going to put some embossing in and add some gilding wax to as well later. So what I want to do is I want to just put in, use this part, and I will be, as I say, cutting out these, and I've also got a greeting, one of these greetings that I'm going to use from Sweet Dixie, and it'll probably either be best wishes with love or thank you, not decided yet. So I've got this Crafter's Companion tape runner, and what I want to do is just cover the whole thing in glue, because you'll see why shortly. So if you had a big thick glue, sort of spreader type glue, you could use that as well, but I didn't have this, so I thought I'll just use tape runner because I'll get the same effect. So I've covered that more or less. I just might go down the side as well here. So cover your whole piece of card. Oh, I've missed. I've missed. And what I'm going to try and do as I go along is just tidy my space. So I want to get rid of that glue. I don't want it sticking onto my project, so just wiping it as I go along. Right, so I've done that. And what I want to do now is I've got a pair of tweezers, and I've got a couple of different gilding flakes from Cosmic Shimmer. These ones are gemstones, so they've got sort of autumnal type colours in them, and I've also got the bigger one, gold, as well. So I might use a mixture, I might not, I might just use these ones. So what you want to do is pop down some of the gilding flakes onto this sticky area, and I don't think I've got something to rub them back with, so I might have to leave the table. No, actually I will have, just seen. So just pop these on in and around the card that you've pre-glued. Now the one that Christine Stokes does is slightly different from this, but it's the same sort of general principle, really. So just kind of pop them all down. So using your tweezers, if you've got any, will help your fingers not to stick to everything. Using your fingers, they just stick to your fingers, and yeah, it's a bit annoying. So just get all the edges as well. and there will be stuff to pop back in, I'm sure, as well. So try and cover all the bits that you've glued, because you want to cover them all up if possible. And I think that's it. So just what I use here is just one of these little, they're actually off the blender tool here, so I've just been using these, but you can probably get something called a scoochie, which Christine uses, but I haven't got that, but I dare say I might. So just bring the excess off, like so. And you can do it into a tin or a lid, tin lid or something, but I'm just doing it on here, and I still feel sticky, so you can kind of drag that. If you're still feeling sticky bits, kind of drag it across and just cover them as well, because you want to cover all that stickiness with the gilding flakes. And you can see there's lots of excess left. I'll just try and cover it all and just pull that all back and just get all that excess off. And it really is a nice technique she's showed. It's really nice, and really was inspired to do this, to come on and do it. As I say, it's not exactly the same as Christine's design. If you are interested in looking at Christine's YouTube, I would go across to her YouTube. It's just Christine Stokes it's under. So yep, it's really nice. She does some really nice stuff. So there we go. Well, you can see that's really nice, and it's got all the different colours, the oranges and the golds, and there's red in there as well. So pop that to the side, and I'm just going to clear this up now. Like so. And I am going to put that back in, because I feel that if I don't, it'll waste. So there we go. And the rest of it I'm just going to wipe away when I find my cloth. So I've done that. The next thing to do is we're going to cut our die cuts out here. So once you've tidied up, so I've got these 3 die cuts, and I've got my Sizzix Big Shot here, which I'm just going to use. So I'm going to pop that in, pop these onto here, and I'm just going to cut that out. And I'm going to also take one of these sentiments and cut. So what I've done here is I've popped the 3 die cuts of the leaves on there, and I'm going to just decide which one of these I'm going to have. So I said I thought I'd probably have With Love, I think. So I'll just pop that onto there as well, like so. You could use anything you wanted. You could even stamp it as well. So I'm just going to pop that through my Sizzix as quickly as I can. Hopefully my table doesn't wobble too much. Just bring it back as well. 2 times across. Just let's see if they are. I really need to get new plates. So let's turn them over and see if they're cut. I think they are. I think they're all cut. So yes, they are. So this, and don't throw this away. You can use this for another project later. Oh, that bit's not quite came out. So just tease that out. There we go. And I need my pokey tool. There we go. So you can use anything to make this. It doesn't have to be autumn leaves. It could be spring flowers. It could be anything really you wanted it to be. Just because it is autumn, I thought it might be apt, and because Christine uses a similar type thing as well, I thought it would be quite apt. So just blow that away. Oops. And then we'll just take these out. Now this is a bit tricky because it doesn't seem to have any holes. There we go. Come on, out you come. That did come off there. Don't know why they don't have holes in the back. You should really have some kind of holes to tap these out with. There we go. That's it now. So you know that comes up really, really nicely on there. So that's one. And we've got this one as well. So let's see if we can just get this one up as well. Come on. Just grab the edge like that. There we go. And there we have number 2. So you can see all the embossing as well in that, which is really nice. And oh, that one's not wanting to go back. And then this other one, which if we can just get the edge off it. Come on. And there we go, that's really pretty, really pretty. Indeed. So we'll just pop them over to the side, and I'll just wipe that wee bit of leftover gilding flakes away. So I've also got on my table some distressed oxides. I've got a couple, and what happens here is I want to put a little bit of green onto it. So if you just pop a piece of the oxide onto your glass mat, that's where a glass mat is really good. And then we can just grab our tweezers and just pop a little bit on each bit, just to add a little bit more colour to it as well. Just pop that in. I mean, you don't need to do this at all if you don't want to, but it just adds a little bit extra colour. So we'll do this one next, and I thought I could use my tweezers, but I think it's actually better if you just use your fingers. Everybody's different. I might just put an extra bit on because there's not an awful lot on this one. So just put a wee bit more, that's better. And just add some on areas in the leaf. There we go. And then this one. And let's see if we can get it on that bit that's not got. There we go. So we'll clean this away, and then we're going to get some of the red abandoned coral out. We're going to do a similar thing. That. And we'll just grab our leaf again, and it just gives a slightly more. I know there's red and golds and sort of bronzes in the gilding flakes, but yeah, just gives it an extra zhuzh of colour. There we go. And then we just write this one, and then we've got this one. This isn't an oxide, but I'm hoping that it might work as well. So we'll just get a little bit more here. A little bit here. And just a piece here, like so. And I'm just going to pop these in as well, just for a bit more colour. Like so. And that's it. So wipe that away as well, because we want to keep this area pretty clean. Right, so I've done that. Now what I want to do next is, I've got this piece of Kraft Card. And if I can just get my scoreboard over, pop these up to the top here, and I'm just going to make some marks in my Kraft Card because I want it to look like corrugated paper. So I'm just wanting to do some marks, and it's not working very well, so let's just rip it. So I'll start again. It's better. So this, you could use corrugated card, is what Christine used in hers, but I don't have anything that I can use for the corrugated card. I don't have any old boxes this colour lying about, so I thought if I just did some lines from my scoreboard, that would give a similar look, like so. And then you've got this sort of look. So that's just another way you could do a similar thing if you're kind of doing a similar type thing to Christine. Right, so I've got my card base, as I say, 6x4 and 5 3/4 by 3 3/4. I suppose it won't matter because there is a bit of a mark there, but it won't really matter. So that just goes on like a matte layer. But before I do that, I want to do a bit of stenciling just at the back. So I'm going to use this piece of card here, and it's going to kind of go over, but it's too big, so I'm going to just rip it because I don't want it to look, like really straight and crisp. I want it to kind of look raggedy and you know, a bit distressed. So I'm just going to rip down there, and I'll rip the top as well, so we'll get the same kind of look, and I'll rip this edge as well. Come on, paper, rip. Okay, so I want it to go on that side as well. But I would like to have a little bit of stenciling sort of coming out from behind there. So I've got a couple of stencils here from Craft Sensations. So I'm just trying to decide which one would kind of look. So I'm just going to do a little bit here, and I've got some blending brushes with ink that's already on, so I'm not going to ink my brush up again, I don't think. So I need to find one with a kind of similar colour. So let's just take a little bit of scrap paper here to see if it is a kind of orange. Yep, that'll do. So I just want to, so I'll put my piece of paper there roughly, and I just want to kind of come in kind of round there. To just kind of give it that wee bit of something else. So I didn't ink this up, this was just ink that was on my blending brush from another time. And there we go, there we've got a nice kind of blended bit here. So we're going to pop that on to there. Now before I do that though, I want to now add, before I put this together, or shall I put this, no, I'll put it together and then we can do the next bit. So just with wet glue, I'm going to pop this up with wet glue. So that bit I stenciled on, the piece that's 3 3/4 by 5 3/4. Just pop that down flat with some wet glue onto your card base, like so. There we go. Okay, and then this piece as well, I want to just pop over there. So it doesn't matter which way you do it, you can do it the embossed way or the debossed way. So I think I'll do it that way because I have got some of the yellow, the orange from a brush I should say, on there. So I'm just going to pop that there as well. Just holding that down like that, and then we're ready to pop our leaves on. But before we do that, I'm going to pop that to the side and the glue, and then we're going to bring these back. So if I bring these back, and we're just going to do, to keep the oxide ink on, we're just going to spray with a little bit of hairspray, and that just, oh sorry, that just keeps the oxide inks in, just make sure that's working, in place and they don't rub off. So if you just grab your leaf, if you can, without making it do that. So just grab it, I'm not so good with tweezers, and then just give it a little spray. There we go. And then this one, same thing. Oh, don't turn it around that way. There we go, just let that dry. And then let's go to the bottom of this one. Oh, it doesn't want to dry. It doesn't want to get picked up. There we go. Like that. And then we can do the same with these two pieces as well. And this, oh, I'm not very good with tweezers, as you can see. There we go. That's fine. Oh. Okay. Put that up there, and then just wipe away this as well. Like so. So that is done. And then we can just pop this on to our card where we want it to go. Now, is this still wet? It shouldn't be too wet. Let's just check, because I don't want to pop it on if it's still a bit wet, which it is a bit. So I'm just taking the excess of that off before I add it to my project card. There we go. And then we have got one final wee bit before we attach it. to our card as well. Got a wee bit gilding wax we're going to add to it. So I've got two types of gilding wax. I've got the Pebeo or the Pebeo, whatever it is, and that one is, I think, what colour is it? Pass. It's a kind of bronze colour, that one. And then I've got this one, which is very smelly, wax paste, metallic gold. Yeah, metallic gold. So I think I'm going to use that. Or let's see what this is like first, and then we can always change it if it's... So don't put your wax straight onto your project. Find a little space on your glass mat, and you only need a tiny little piece like that. And then just try it and see what happens when we add that to it. I think I prefer the gold. I think I'm going to go for the gold. I mean, that one is nice, but maybe not for that particular thing, because we've got quite a lot of background bronze in it. So we'll just pick the gold. I think the gold will be better, and it'll pick up a nice colour too. So we'll use this gold. So it's the same principle. So this one's a bit squished down because I've been using it for other things. So we'll just try and pick it up a little bit, and I'll go up to this corner. So let's just do, that's probably too much even there. Let's just go over that a little bit as well, and that just adds to the effect. Don't want to cover it completely, just a wee piece here and there. Actually, less is better, more is not good. Less is better, and you can just see that brings out the embossing on these leaves, the veins, brings them out much more than it would. Okay, and then yeah, that's pretty much us. We just have to pop it together. Like so. So I'll bring my card back into play, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add them on with some wet glue here. So I'm just going to pop that on there, I think, without squishing too much glue everywhere. This one here, the bottom, on a slight different angle, like so, and this one I think in the middle. Where shall I put it? Let's see, because we still need to pop this on, which I'll just pop on just now. So I'll pop that bit there. And then we want with love. Oh. There we go. And then this piece will we have it that way? Yep. So just pop that on. You could pop these up on foam tape if you wanted. It's up to you if you do such a creation. And that is my creation, and I'm pretty proud of it. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the technique as well. And if you did, please let me know. As I say, the original inspiration was from Christine Stokes, who does a lot of stuff with gilding flakes and other types of craft as well. And if you are interested in any more of my videos, please subscribe to this channel. Please hit the bell button and that you will be notified of any videos that ever come out, so you won't miss one. Please give me a thumbs up and please share with your crafty friends and family. And thanks again for joining me. I'll be back soon. Bye for now.